Hi everyone, welcome back to part 8 of this Cantina build, 1/12 scale, 6 inch. Today we're going to be weathering the walls, hopefully. Let's go through some of the paints I've got. I've got these a mix of different Vallejo paints, sort of, there's not a lot in that one actually, but it says, what's that say, pale sand, which will probably be perfect really, but I haven't got anything in there by the sounds of it, or hardly anything. I've got desert sand there, that might come in useful with a bit of white. Humbrol white, that is in humbrol, yeah, humbrol white. And I've got a load of other kind of fleshy kind of colours there. I'm not sure if I end up using them, but we'll see. And then I've got some proper weathering sort of paints, if you like. I can't remember the make of these, which feels like there's quite a lot in there. I've got nothing in that one, so it's empty, so looks like I've put something else and it's dried. That sound feels empty as well. This is burnt umber. This would have been good. Oh, there's a little bit of burnt umber. I might be able to use that for after I put a first coat on. Raw umber. That sounds like I've got a lot in there. Let me just make sure. That looks like it's been watered down a bit already. The thing is, it's a bit. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to try and mix something up. Concrete. Oh, that's totally dry, look. Still, I might get a bit of water and it might kind of break it down a bit. Anyway, I'm gonna try and make a mix of some kind of wash. What's gonna look, I want a kind of pale sand kind of colour. I think on the wall would be best to start off with. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll be back. Okay, I've just knocked up my my paint. It's really runny, so it's like a weathering type thing. I would like it a bit more white, but I've run out of white paint, so I'm going to see how that goes. It's really watery, so it probably won't be as dark as that when it goes on the wall, hopefully, anyway. So what I used, obviously I used white, whatever I had left, is, I don't know the consistency, because I just used what was over there. So I used the whites, and where was it? Mostly white, and this is Vallejo desert sand, a lot of water, little bits of whatever's over left in these bottles, which is hardly anything, probably not even necessary, but I just wanted to use them up. Pale sand, there was hardly anything left in there, just a watery mix. So this is what I've come up with. I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm going to give it a try now. So I might as well just adjust the camera a bit. We'll try it on, let's try it on this pier here. We'll try it on this one. What kind of brush shall I use? Let's use a small one at first. Fingers crossed, eh? I'm just going to like let it run sort of down a bit maybe, I don't know. Not sure if it's even going to make any difference. Let's get a bigger brush. Let's see what happens when I apply it with this brush. I might just do this whole inside and out of this. And just leave it to dry and see how it turns out. Like leaving just a little tinge of yellow over it all, I think, by the looks of it. Which really is what I want. I don't know, I'm looking at pictures and I can't really make up my mind what colour I really wanted, so I'm sort of stuck with what I've got really now. Okay, what I think I'll do, I'm going to leave that and see how it kind of cools in and stuff. Let it dry, and I might kind of go around it again and just put splodges of it when it's dried to kind of give it a sort of more of a colourful sort of look. It's a bit too wet now. You don't want it an even colour really. At least I don't think you do. Don't even know if that shows up on the camera or not. It doesn't look like it from here, but anyway, I'm just going to like do it just like a test panel and see how that turns out. Okay, that's been about an hour and a half now. It's totally dry. So it has left little kind of different patchy kind of bits, which is quite good. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I think I'm going to have to, let's have a look at what we've got here. Burnt umber, it's very brown, isn't it? I'm going to give this burnt umber a load of water in there and give it a mix. I'm going to go over it with this burnt umber now. I'm really just using up what I've got to hand rather than going out and buying some more because I'm tight like that. Anyway, I'm going to give this burnt umber a try and see. Is that too what? Let's give it a go, see how we go. We'll try with this. Oh, that's dark. Okay, I'm going to use this brush. It's definitely darkened it down. I'm going to go over just all this again, and then afterwards I might go back over with the original coat and see what that looks like. Definitely giving it a kind of, well, in my eyes anyway, I can see it looks a bit grimy now, which is sort of good because we want it grimy. My only fear is I've not got enough to finish the whole job. Is there anything? Maybe, I don't know. What's them bits in it? Do I like them bits in it? Well, it's definitely giving it more of a grimy look. There are a few little kind of bits I don't like bits of hard paint or of hard, whatever you call it, weathering was in the bottom of the tub. But apart from that, just make sure I get them out. Not sure if it's showing up on camera, but that don't look too bad actually. I'm going to leave that for about an hour and then come back and see what it looks like when it's dry. So once again, I'll be back in about an hour or so, which will be seconds for you. Let's have a look. You can see a comparison to the two, can't you? Over that side and that. That definitely looks more worn in, doesn't it? I don't know about them rungs in it though. Should I knock them out or? Oh, I'm going to leave it. Okay, that's been about an hour now and that's nice and dry. So it's definitely gone a bit darker. So I'm going to leave that now, for now. And I'm going to do the rest the same as what I've done there. So I'm going to put this yellow sandy colour on first. I'll do that on the rest of it. And then I'm going to come back with the, what was it called again? Burnt umber, which is weird because it's brown, but it actually looks black. Just like, I don't get that. Anyway, I'm going to go do the same again. I'm not going to bother recording it because you've already seen me do it on that. So I'm going to basically repeat the process. Okay, I've just put a first coat on the other walls of the yellow or the sandy colour. So I'm going to leave that for an hour. And then I'm going to give it this burnt umber over the top of it in an hour once it's dry. What I might do actually while I'm here, I might just get a little bit of this first coat. I've got a little bit left here which I want to save some of it because I might need it for later. But I might just put a little bit over here just to see what it looks like. See if it makes it better or worse. So I know if I need to go over it again. Over the kind of burnt umber with the sand, the first coat. Will it look better or worse, or will it not make no difference? So I'll just put a little bit over there on that corner. And I'll leave that to dry for an hour as well. So give it an hour and I'll be back. Okay, it's been an hour and now I'm going to put the burnt umber on these walls over here again, like I did there. That bit of sand up here can't really see much difference, to be honest. I might just give it another one just to, maybe I didn't put enough. Let's put a little bit more on. I'll come back and check that again. See, that looks a bit better already, to be honest. So I might end up giving this another coat actually of yellow on top of this burnt umber. It just takes the darkness down just a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with these walls first. I'm not going to do it on camera, like I say, I've seen it before, so I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so all the burnt umber's on the wall now, the wash of burnt umber. All over the walls. So I'm going to let that all dry. And what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put a bit of this over the coat of burnt umber, what's dry on this bit here. So I feel like it just dulls that darkness down just a little bit. But I'm going to put a kind of quite an even coat. Oh, what's that on there? I'm going to put an even coat though. I'm not going to just slap it on anymore. I'm just going to like give it a little light brush, just to bring the darkness down, just a little, make it a little bit brighter. So not a lot at all really going on. It's hardly going to make it. Just to kind of blends it in a bit better then. Probably, I mean, it probably doesn't look any different. But I'm going to do it. Just a nice light little coat over it all. Anyway, no point recording it. You've seen what I've done there. You're probably thinking it doesn't look no different, but to my eye you can see it just sort of brings it all in together a bit better. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I'll just give that a second coat of the sand, the wash of sand, just like I say, to kind of bring the colours in a bit more, so they don't look so different, sort of thing. You see, it's quite dark over these bits here and a bit light over there. When I put this sand over it, it kind of just blends the two in a bit better. You still see patchy bits, but not as blatant, sort of thing. So I will do that over the rest as well. Once this is dry, I've got to leave this an hour to dry though. Then I'll give it this last coat. Okay, it's been an hour and all these walls are dry again now. All these are dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it one more coat. I'm going to go over all the burnt umber with this again. And then I think that'll be it for a while, for this episode sort of thing, this part. So I'm going to quickly do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I've put the sand wash over the walls again. I had to put them on pretty thin because I was running out, so I've just done the best I can really. So I'm going to leave it as that for now then, and join me in part 9. Well, what are we going to be doing in part 9? I'm probably going to be doing something with the floor. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this floor yet. I might end up just, I don't know what. I'm going to look into it and you'll find out in part 9 anyway. Laters.